Hello! Welcome to another video! I can't quite believe it's time to discuss my October reading plans. Where did September go? Dunno. Don't know where September went, but it's October at the point I'm filming this, like, tomorrow. So, kinda scary. But yeah, it's time to talk about my October reading plans, and as you can tell from the way I'm filming this, I am not doing TBR Pursuit. I have a plan for TBR Pursuit that I am gonna keep to myself and my patrons for now, but in October I am participating in Spoopathon, so I can't make a TBR. So I'm doing a similar situation to what I did for September with Bookathon, where I was rolling as I go, so I couldn't make a TBR, with Spoopathon, which is a Halloween-themed readathon hosted by Spoops from Spoopy Hole. I will leave her channel in the announcement down below. But the way that readathon works is there are waves of prompts to represent waves of zombies, so I don't know what they are yet. They will be released on October 1st. So I can't make a TBR, so instead we're just gonna randomly throw around some books that I would like to read, discuss some October reading plans that I may have, and then ultimately see what October throws at me and if any of what I have planned comes true. So I'll be participating in Spoopathon. I am co-captaining the Harpies team with Beth from Book's Nest. Again, I will leave her linked down below. We are the Harpies team. We are demonic bird woman, and we gotta beat those zombies, get through to Spoop Tech. So hopefully I will read a shit ton for my team, but we will see. Anyway, yeah, if you haven't heard of Spoopathon, if you want to check it out or join the Harpies, then as I say, link down below. Do with that information what you will. Anyway, let's talk about what I want to read. In September, I have been in a massive political fantasy mood, and I think I may have finally, like, reached the point where I wanted to be with that, in that I'm currently reading Jade Legacy. I have nearly finished it, but I'm currently reading Jade Legacy, and it's a lot, obviously. So I think I may have reached capacity for political fantasy for a little bit after reading Jade War and Jade Legacy in September. I wanted political fantasy, that's what I got. Wasn't necessarily what I had planned, but it's what I got. So I don't know how I feel about doing political fantasy in October. However, two books that I really wanted to get to in September being Daughter of Red Winter by Ed McDonald and Day of Fallen Night by Samantha Shannon. I didn't get to either of those in September, and they are still books that I really would like to get to. So if I could, that would be great. Not a political fantasy, more of a like necromancy type thing. Probably a bit more political is this one. And it's a chunker. So I don't know if I might have like reached capacity too much for this one, and I might need to take a breather with some easier reads before I head into this, but if the opportunity or motivation presents itself, I would love to read this because, like, come on, it's Samantha Shannon, it's the prequel to Priory of the Orange Tree. I fucking love that book. I want to read this, and this is my Patreon buddy read, which I am extending into October because September just didn't give me the opportunity to read this at all, and with October being the month that I am starting a new job, I'm just thinking, like, if I can, like, minimise any sort of stressor in any capacity and just give, like, one thing a little bit more breathing room, I'm gonna do that. So this will be extended to my October buddy read as well. But yeah, both of these still very much on the radar. As I've just explained, I am possibly at capacity for the big chunky fantasies. Thank you, Jade Legacy. So I am very much hoping that in October I can read some cute, witchy manga, graphic novels, middle grades, you know, follow the spooky vibe, follow the witchiness, so I have a few options that I would like to discuss. Firstly, Witch Hat Atelier Volume 2. I read Volume 1, absolutely loved it. Have Volume 2. Also have Volume 6. Don't have Volume 3, 4 or 5. Waterstones, I'm waiting for them. But I do have volume 2, so if I can get to this, fantastic. This is about a young girl called Coco who discovers the secret of witchcraft and is taken to one of the witches' ateliers to learn the art of witchcraft and the dangers of witchcraft. And I'm very eager to see what happened after the end of the first one. Lots to be unravelled. Very excited. Super cute. Manga. Good fun. And then another manga that I would like to get to, again, cute, witchy. We have Little Witch Academia. I don't know what this is about. I don't know. She wants to become a real witch, and she's been accepted into the same school as her childhood hero. Oh, she's surrounded by prodigies from around the world. Giving up isn't in her vocabulary. Akko is going to make her fantasy a reality. Young girl wants to become a witch. Looks adorable. I mean, look at it. Looks adorable. So there's that one too. Kind of a different vibe, but a comic here. I have Ink Blot Volume 1, which just looks like an absolute disaster on the front cover, doesn't it? This is about a powerful sorceress who makes a mistake. She must attempt to correct the biggest mistake she's ever made, the creation of a magical cat that can travel through time, space, and the 7 realms of reality. The cat threatens to unravel the fabric of the universe, doesn't care, and just won't listen. Sounds like havoc. I'm excited about this. I would really like to read it soon. So that one is definitely on my radar. I mentioned wanting to get to some witchy middle grade. Let's talk about that. Witchlings by Claribel A. Ortega. I can't remember what their other book is called, but I read their other book. Oh my god, what's it called? Ghost Squad. I read Ghost Squad by Claribel A. Ortega and really liked it. Super cute, very Halloween-y, good vibes, nice atmosphere, I enjoyed. And Witchlings is about a trio of young witches. That's all I know. Ooh, 3 young witchlings participate in the Black Moon ceremony. On the night of the ceremony, in front of the entire town, this witch isn't placed into House Hyacinth or in one of the 5 corners. She's a spare. Ooh, what's a spare? Avoid being a spare, a leftover witch with lesser powers, looked down on by everyone. So she's a lesser witch. Okay, so this trio of witches are spares and not put into any specific coven, and they try and perform a spell to make their own, and they lose their abilities. Poor girls. So I reckon it's going to be pretty cute. I'm looking forward to it, if I get to it. Next up is one that I've wanted to get to for so long, and I would love for October to be the month that I finally get round to starting the Chrestomanci series. Chrestomanci? Chrestomanci series by Diana Wynne Jones, starting with Charmed Life. This is about a young witch who wants to be like the most powerful and get the better of her witchy tutors, and her brother Cat has no magical gift at all. The blurb doesn't really say too much about what this book is about, but we have a powerful witch, a brother with no witchy abilities, and a tutor that she's determined to beat. So I think that could be quite fun, and I like Diana Wynne Jones. Obviously, Diana Wynne Jones is the author of the Howl's Moving Castle trilogy, which is one of my favourites, and I am determined to read more of her stuff, so fingers crossed for me, folks, fingers crossed. Another witchy one that I was only recently made aware of is Waking the Witch by Rachel Burge. This isn't a middle grade one, I think this is YA. This is about a young girl called Ivy who is searching for her mother, and her search draws her to a remote Welsh isle. She uncovers a dark secret about her past. An ancient power is stalking Ivy, and her only chance of survival is to look deep within herself, for not every story in legend is true, and some evils are not what they seem. It was the fact that it's set in a Welsh isle that got me. Like, it's probably going to be full of Welsh folklore-y type things. It's going to be witchy. Bit, what's the word? I want to say suspenseful, but I don't think that's the word I'm looking for. Ominous, maybe? I don't know. But it's Welsh and witchy, and I think that sounds like a good recipe for a very engrossing story. So I would like to get to this one, pretty please. I'm really in the mood for lots of like witchy reads. I really want to get witchy rather than spooky, which is weird because it's the spooky season, but I'm just feeling really witchy in the reads that I want to get to. I'm going to embrace it, hopefully. We'll see what Spoopathon has in store for me. However, there is one spooky read that I would like to get to. I don't do spooky very much, but middle grade spooky, I will do. And I need to read Dark Waters by Catherine Arden. This is the third book in the Small Spaces series, following Coco, Ollie and Brian, a trio of kids who constantly end up in these haunted spaces. In the first one, it's a school trip with a farm and the smiling man and the scarecrows that try to trap them. In the second one, it's a ski resort and there are ghostly entities and disembodied voices and figures and like some sort of shadow reality that tries to trap them. And I'm assuming there's some sort of demonic fish in this one. I don't know. Is it a mystery, a fairy tale, a horror thriller? Ooh. Who knows? A day trip with their parents has them setting sail on Lake Champlain. The crew find themselves shipwrecked on a desert island, hunted by a monster on both land and sea. The smiling man has at long last set the stage for a perilous rematch. The smiling man is after them, and there's a monster on land and sea, right? Catherine Arden's middle grades are spooky. The atmosphere is pretty terrifying, and these aren't like spooky. Although it's a middle grade, Catherine Arden writes an atmosphere. I am excited to read this one. It's as scary as I'll go. So there's that. And they're kind of the ones that are on my mind at the minute, the books I would like to get to. If I get more volumes of Witch Hat Atelier, I wouldn't mind binging a few more of those. If there's anything else like witchy and magical on my shelves, I may get to that. If Jade Legacy doesn't ruin me for political fantasy for a little while, I may get to another one of those. But ultimately, everything I read is going to be down to Spoopathon, so we'll just have to see what the zombie apocalypse of that has in store for me. But as I say, the prompts for that come in waves per week, so I can't even plan ahead, because you can't plan ahead for a zombie apocalypse. That's that. That's my rough reading plans. I'm hoping that if I can get to like a few witchy reads, I might be able to throw together some sort of witchy vlog or some sort of spooky middle grade vlog. Oh, one other book that I would love to read in October is October by Katya Balin? Is that who that's by? I'll put a picture of it here, because I've had this for a few years now and I'm determined to read October in October. So if I could get to that, that would be great too. But yeah, maybe you can expect to see some sort of witchy vlog from me, maybe a like spooky middle grade vlog. I don't know. All good things, but I am really in the reading mood. So despite the fact that I am reading Jade Legacy and it's kind of killing me, I am still really in the reading mood. So fingers crossed I get lots of reading done. As I said as well though, October is the month of me starting my new job. I'm very excited about it. However, the latter half of October may be a little bit intense. We'll see how I adjust to that, but hopefully it won't be too harsh. But adjusting to any new job is always a little bit of a thing, isn't it? So we'll see how it goes. But yes, thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed listening to me ramble about things that I may or may not read. Will regular TBRs return? Wait and find out. But for now, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, give us a thumbs up, chat to me down below, all that good stuff. Check out Spoopathon, linked in the description. And if you aren't subscribed and fancy subscribing, I would be eternally grateful for that. All that being said, I will see you in whatever comes next. Bye!